Ceito world, everybody want to be spiritual till it's time to be spiritual. So guess what we about to do today? We about to get real spiritual. And we about to get spiritually educated today, because there's a lot of people out here that's using consciousnness to more so gain a following, to more so market some shit, to more so become popular instead of really understanding what spirituality is. And I can tell how spiritually inclined you are, depending on the light you give off, because I pick up what your subconscious is saying. I don't really pick up what your conscious is picking up on, or what you're consciously projecting. That would be me utilizing your sun, or what you present, or how you act. I pick up on your moon too, which is your yin realm, or your within realm, or what you're really saying, you know what I'm saying? And this all ties into what we're breaking down today, which would be the Us movie by Jordan Peele. Now, I came across Infinite Waters, I believe that's his channel, and I saw his breakdown, and really, I just want other people to understand and to be educated. And it's a lot of motherfuckers doing what he kind of do, you know what I'm saying? And really, if that's what he want to do, you know what I'm saying, that's what he, that's his choice, you know what I'm saying? That's what he wants to indulge in and become a part of. But I just want people to know that in my channel, in Ceito world, to know that, you know what I'm saying, we are dealing with the real shit, you know what I'm saying, the real shit. Now, we're dealing with the real spirituality and real concepts and real information to transform your spirit, and not just putting some shit out that sound good and just trying to gain traction and trying to gain a certain level of influence, because we got good presentation and production, you know what I'm saying? And usually the shit I have behind me isn't for production, it's really for the energy signature and the spirit that he gives off. But you know what I'm saying, like I said, he seems to have a following. That's cool, you know what I'm saying, that's great, and I don't spiritually hate on anybody, but really I do want people to get the real science and the real understanding, so that they can do the transformational work that they have to spiritually expand and contract, and spiritually expand and contract. Now, just by watching his video, I don't feel like he's done a lot of spiritual expansion and contracting. I feel like he just has a great presentation, and that's all good, you know what I'm saying? But it's all love, because ultimately I want him to have a understanding of this as well. So when we get to the Us movie, and when we talk about the Us movie, it's really, I had dropped a song a couple days ago. It was on my last video. It's called Dark Matter. Now on this song, I was saying that we're pretty much coming to a time where we're balancing the masculine with the feminine mind, and that's your yin realm taking balance with the masculine realm, which is the ego realm, which is the conscious, the actions, the thoughts, the practical shit. And the yin realm will be more emotional feelings, what's inside, the intuition and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand off jump, the feminine energy is way more powerful than the masculine energy here, because it gave birth to everything here. So with that being said, once you understand that, you understand why he chose a woman to play this role, and she had the lead, which is rightfully so, because of your feminine energy. But it has nothing to do with actual women, even though women are more in tune with their shit, their emotions and feelings than men, and we're more logical based. You know what I'm saying? The actual energy source has nothing to do with that, but it's just reflected here as what we chose to take upon but our spirit is really a perfect balance of both. You know what I'm saying? A perfect balance of both. And and when we get to what he was talking about, so the movie starts off as the main thing they mention is this subway, this subterranean world, this underground world, this hidden world. Anytime you're dealing with hidden or underground or inner or under world or anything in mythology or in story form, you're dealing with something that's within, something that's not seen, something that's behind the scenes, something that's yin realm, something that's feminine energy, something that's dealing with the true feelings and not the conscious feelings. So overall, that's how they set you up. You get what I'm saying? They set you up and they let you know that this is a movie about the subconscious. You know what I'm saying? This is a movie about the subconscious. Now, we saw through the movie that Lupita was battling with herself, and this is just nothing but the fight of the conscious mind and the ego. But at the end, it was a twist, and we saw that the girl from the subterranean world came and switched herself with the above the surface version of herself early on. Now, her going into that hall of mirrors is nothing but her being subconsciously aware. When she saw herself, and mirrors are nothing but a symbol of inversion, a symbol of deeper looking within. So when she saw herself, at that moment, she became subconsciously aware. That's what they was trying to show you. Remember, everything is a symbol. Everything is always, every action or is always trying to tell you something deeper. Nothing is taken literal. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in life is taken literal. Everything has a deeper meaning. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're subconsciously aware. So she became subconsciously aware at a young age, and she wandered off. And the switch happened, which we saw at the end of the movie. Now, through the movie, she goes back. She goes to the beach house or whatever the house they fucking had, and another thing before I get into that, I want you to always to look at this as one mind understanding two levels of reality. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna break that down, but this is just one spirit or one mind having an understanding of two levels of reality. So don't separate the characters. The characters are the same. The characters, as far as Lupita, is the same person. You know what I'm saying? And as far as everybody else is double, they're the same person. You know what I'm saying? She was just the leader. She was the leader of the transformation. And so your subconscious always represents your inner realm, your soul, your infinite part of you. You know what I'm saying? Where you really have your power. You know, so when they go to this beach house, you know, she starts having these flashes and, you know, whatever and ever. And at first period, once you start waking up your soul, or once you have control of your subconscious mind, and you start to get results, and you start to affect it, and you start to affect the subconscious realm at a point where it starts to rise, which is why they wore red, because that's the symbol of red, the root chakra rising up. That's the symbol of the Kundalini rising. When they met, they were talking about the fire. The fire is nothing but a symbol of the Kundalini, or just a sun. And that's another thing. Her son was the only one consciously aware of what she was doing. So the movie is drenched in symbolism. It's not a linear thing. You can't look at it like it's linear. It's more so an understanding of what they're trying to convey psychologically. So as they're at this as they're at the place, and you know, she starts getting these flashes. She sees a little fire. I'm sorry, a spider, you know what I'm saying? And that's a symbol of weaving the reality and creating your reality. And she has this little toy bunny, and the bunny is a symbol of the trickster. The bunny is the trickster deity. So if you look up what a hare means in the occult and symbolism, you will see that the hare is always the trickster. You can see that as Lola Bunny. They always have a hidden agenda about them. Roger Rabbit, what's the Alice in Wonderland bunny, Bugs Bunny, you know what I'm saying? They always tricky, you know what I'm saying? So they exhibit a certain type of personality, but it's always going on something is always going on subconsciously. You get what I'm saying? So this is this is why they kept showing the hare or the rabbit through the whole movie, because this is what was happening. And her beheading the hare is just like her pretty much showing you what's going to happen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they meet, and pretty much, you know, they make amends, and she asks him, who are we? And we are Americans. She said, we are Americans. Now, why did she say we are Americans? One thing she said is that you have a shadow. We all do have a shadow. It's a book called The Shadow, I believe it's by Carl Jung, and it's called The Shadow Self, or something with the shadow self. And pretty much he talks about you having a hidden self and you having a conscious self. And your hidden self is related to your subconscious or your spirit. And she said this shadow realm, or this realm that was in the underworld, was a government project. And now we know that is true to an extent, far as the government trying to influence your subconscious through media, through entertainment, through certain symbols, through certain propaganda, through fear. Because how you influence the subconscious mind is through emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's the main way to influence it, through emotion. And once that to have a thought, then emotion gets added to it, and it starts to become it becomes a cloud, and clouds get dense and they rain, and then that produces. So the thing about the little girl is that when she was younger, as a ballet dancer, her becoming subconsciously aware, she started to influence the subconscious realm through dance. Remember, I said, you influence your neuromelanin and melanin through like music, sound, repetition, symbols, trauma, things that deal with emotion. That's how you raise it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what actually we were seeing in this movie, is the raising of the subconscious realm through the conscious and the subconscious working together. Now, it can, like I said, don't look at them as separate, because it's really one thing. It's really the subconscious and the conscious mind working together. Now, they made them fighting because that's a symbol of you and your subconscious mind fighting every day. You have to go to work. You're controlled by society. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go to work, or you have to work a 9 to 5, or you got to do something dealing with your yang reality, which is your conscious mind. You have to do that. You have to do that to survive. However, there's something always going on behind the scenes. Your subconscious is unlimited, really, because you can think of anything you want to do. You can you can, if you really had the choice, you want to sit on your ass and count money all day and eat hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, and obviously you can be at work and you can imagine doing that. And if you imagine doing that, it was a study where a couple basketball players practiced shooting hoops or whatever, and it was another set of basketball players only imagine. Now, I believe like the first set of rounds or whatever, they pretty much had the ones who imagined making every basket did better than the ones that actually practice physically. So this is just a test. This is just a test of how powerful the subconscious mind is. You know what I'm saying? And everything stems from thought and your spirit and the subconscious and you influencing the subconscious. And influencing the subconscious is really just influencing the spirit. You get what I'm saying? Your spirit. So if you don't have any spiritual fortitude or any spiritual nature, and you just allow others to influence your spirit, then you're just mind control. And she was one that became aware early on. This is why they show her in the mirror once again, and really realizing herself to be a conscious being. And even through the movie, they showed everybody else. She was through everybody, all the other people's like subconscious or spirit. They were kind of spiritually kind of dead, almost like they were just following her. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't really even communicate. This is why she was the only one that was able to communicate, because she had that connection. You know what I'm saying? She was the only one able to influence her realm of reality. Her realm of reality. So this is about you taking back your power, raising up, taking back your power, taking back the power from, and it's not, well, just gaining your power. I mean, you already have the power. It's already in you. You just have to deprogram your mind from the bullshit and realize that you are in control of your life and your reality. And it takes serious work. It takes you getting into books. It takes you looking up other people. It takes you listening to Ceito World. It takes you working with tools like crystals, working with tarot cards, getting spiritual messages so that you can, in an instance, work in that realm and come back here and influence and have an impact. And so that thing, like I said, you manifest strictly from your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have control of that, anything can come and influence you. This is why Shorty mentioned, the government's trying to control people with fluoride or whatever. And that's real, you know what I'm saying? But if anything, she just read that off the phone, you know what I'm saying? But that could even be propaganda. You know what I'm saying? They control you through fear. They control you through shit like that. So, I mean, you just want to wake up to as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And be able to be spiritually, you want to be able to spiritually grow. And some people might even see, for the people that resonate and that can catch on really fast, their spirit has already grown. They're just remembering, oh shit, yeah, this is why you resonate. This is what resonation is. You're just remembering something. Like, damn, this do make sense. You know what I'm saying? This do, I always knew that. You know what I'm saying? I always knew that it was something more to this. That's just speaking to your pre-existence, your spirit, your soul, which is pretty much eternal. You know what I'm saying? So Don't get, you get caught, when you get caught in religion or whatever, you're getting caught in somebody else's light. You're getting caught in somebody else's interpretation. You're getting caught in somebody else's idea. And whereas we have this black woman, and the black woman is always a symbol of the primal energy, always a symbol of the dark mother, always a symbol of that. She gave birth to life itself. You know what I'm saying? Life itself, as we know as men, you know what I'm saying? Everything came from Mother Africa, the black woman. You know what I'm saying? So when the black woman rises up, that's a symbol of the primal energy. The primal energy that birthed your spirit rising up. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it was so important to use this black energy and to wake up the subconscious realm. You get what I'm saying? Which was the underworld and the underground, to destroy your humanity. You know what I'm saying? Because the humanity is nothing but a distraction and a front. That's why when she started, doing her thing or whatever, and she told Dudas, before that, Dudas was, making all the plays or whatever. But when it got serious and when it got real, she was like, you're not running this. I'm running this. And that's what I was telling y'all, that the subconscious mind is more powerful than the conscious mind. She represents the subconscious mind. He represents the conscious mind. And her plan always was to overthrow, this shit. That's what she was saying. That's why she was saying, I found myself through dance. You know what I'm saying? At the end, she was like, I found myself through dance, through you. You know what I'm saying? Because once she started to do that, she started to influence him. And once it started to rise, it does get violent. The job of the subconscious mind is to destroy whatever ego beliefs you have. And if those ego beliefs that you have aren't even yours, then it's going to be hostile to it. It's going to, act violent. This is why the bad guy, they always depict the bad guy in a movie as like this evil person, you know what I'm saying? But the evil, you need that darkness to receive a certain amount of light or whatever. And so, at the end of her dance with herself, is, her taking that full responsibility and I'm creating this. And so if people would ask, well, why was she scared? If, because like I said, at first it's scary, you know what I'm saying? It gets, it's intense, you know what I'm saying? You're really doing mental alchemy, you know what I'm saying? You're really waking. And when you start doing this mental alchemy or whatever, it looks scary, especially if you're too much into your ego, if you really just think you're human, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know what the fuck going on with you spiritually. But when you start to embrace it, like she did when she started like killing, like, and the son was looking at her like, damn, this bitch kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's just a testimony of, the hidden sun. See, the sun in this film, he represents the sun, which is like the sun outside, but it's a sun hidden behind the scenes that kind of see everything, that kind of gives light and illumination to your yin realm. You get what I'm saying? So this is why he was conscious of everything, and this is why he was the only one that can control the thing, because the other version of him, because he was conscious too. So he's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, all he is represent the physical, like I said, the sun outside, you know what I'm saying? But he was consciously, so he represents a form of her too, you know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, it's just explaining one big thought form or thought pattern or entity or whatever you want to call it or whatever. But yeah, it can get, it's scary, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been trained to believe we're human so long, you know what I'm saying? So we get lost in that, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you start to embrace it and you find balance in that, then you can walk the middle path, you know what I'm saying? You walk the middle path through what I've been teaching is the heart, you know what I'm saying? And the heart kind of balances you in this realm with forgiveness for your humanity and And yeah, it gives you forgiveness for your humanity with knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? This is why you connect the heart to the head. You know what I'm saying? I talked about that in my last video. But like I said, on my song Dark Matter, I already told y'all that we were going through a time where the ego is balancing with the soul. You know what I'm saying? Or the yin is rebalancing with the yang in a major way. And you know, you can utilize that song. You know what I'm saying? If you watch my last video, you can utilize that song to so this is what you do. You look at the picture, you know, you look at the artwork while you listen to the song Dark Matter by CALEZ. Is on all streaming services right now. That's Dark Matter by CALEZ. Link will be in bio below. You utilize that, and what you'll start to understand and pick up is that your ego is slowly dying, and you will get an experience of that. And like I said, the black woman on the front of the cover, she represents the primal energy, the primal existence energy, and the song in itself and the emotions and the feelings on itself on that song just represents an ego thought form in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's a meditation. You know what I'm saying? It's a meditation. So use that for meditation. I give y'all stuff. I said I put that out before this movie came out. You know what I'm saying? So this is tell you how the spirit realm work and how synchronistic, you know, the people that are on the wave are when they on the wave. You know what I'm saying? So you know, there's multiple things you can do to get into spirituality, to cultivate your spirit, because your spirit is rising anyway, whether you like it or not. But if you don't have any form of spirituality, then you won't be able to understand and get no messages, and you will kind of be like the family or a lot of people that's lost in your ego. Your spirit gonna kill off your ego anyway, because we're in a time where it's just like the spirit realm or the spirit. You know, it's really wide open. You know what I'm saying? It's really to the point where, you know, everybody's creating new shit and everybody's thinking of ways to do things as an individual and be unique and original and come up with their own ways to get in harmony with their spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, for the ones that are spiritually inclined and subconsciously aware, they're more so like Shorty, and they're influencing it to get results. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it works faster for others, depending on how conscious you are and how you're able to expand and contract. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? But always that subconscious is gonna be there. That sub realm is gonna be there, and that's what they were trying to tell you until you take control of your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just gonna be roaming like the dead. Raise up your real self. Raise up your real Christ self. You know what I'm saying? Raise up the real you. You know what I'm saying? And you cultivate your spirit through imagination. You produce experience. You produce experience by getting messages from the spirit and agreeing with what resonates with you, not what makes sense. The spiritual realm does not make sense. It can in some instances, but by the time it gets to this form, a lot of motherfuckers will take this and run with it, you know. But it's always the best way to learn is through yourself and through your own understanding. Now, sharing messages, we can do that all day, you know what I'm saying? But you won't never get it until you're able to affect and produce some results. Do you dig me? You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is what we do at Ceito World. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm taking consultations right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm giving out the rituals for the people that email me up. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, you know, I'm doing the readings. And this is why Jess is doing the readings. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we're building our platform and our channel to guide people and to help people understand how to cultivate their own spirit energy. Anything you hear is Kundalini, Chi, Prana, whatever you hear far as as far as finding a way to cultivate it, it's nothing but the sexual energy that got you here, you know what I'm saying, that you cultivate through your own spiritual nature. That's the best way I can put it, guys. That is the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? I love Ceito World. I want everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? We ain't attached to no concepts or ideas. You know what I'm saying? We just use Ceito to experience realms of reality. You know what I'm saying? Just like a singer can utilize her voice to create her realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? Like a Beyonce or a Jay-Z. These are people that's super tuned in with their creative nature. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they spirit into. You know what I'm saying? When my spirit is into shit too. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give it to y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? I got to. I'm Aquarius, so I'm always coming with the ideas and concepts and shit. This is what I communicate. So yeah, Ceito World. So on y'all second go round, or you're watching a movie, just look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it as the one above the surface, above the subterranean world, she's subconsciously aware. That's why she came from that realm. And the one that's in the under realm is consciously aware of the bullshit and the turmoil that was going on. This is why she had a worse experience. So they both intertwine to make this play. You know what I'm saying? And the number 11 is nothing but, the face off. And number 11 is a spiritual awakening of you facing yourself, or you facing your own energy, or you getting that return, or getting that coming back to you. So Ceito World, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. Hit the email, links in the bios, follow, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Rolling down late, should dry. Spiritual fights in my head. I battle with my mind. Don't want to mess up the vibe. Scared to say just what I want to say, and hopes that I don't